Howdy guys, we're up in Three Rivers this time for a new listing. This is 11 acres of land. We do have some improvements here. We're within earshot of the South Fork River, which is just down below me in the canyon. And we're looking at hopefully the pump house behind me. We've got a well, we've got the water storage here. We've got a pad right here for a home site location. And then when we come over here, we also have a bonus steel shed behind me. So this is like probably about a 20 by 30 steel shed. So we're gonna take a look at this. This is also a gated community up in South Fork. So we're gonna take a look at this. We're actually gonna take a whole walking tour all the way up this canyon here, because what I hear is there is a spring up there, and the views from up there are even more spectacular from down here. So we'll take a look at this. So I am standing here on the home site location, this pad that's been cut out of this hill here, and just check out these views. We're just probably about a 2-minute walk from the South Fork River below, and just look at these hills here. We got Horn and Case Mountain that we're looking at right now. Beautiful, beautiful views here. This is your pump house down here. Now, I don't actually have keys to the property just yet. They're on the way. So we can't actually go inside, but we'll poke around anyways. Also, we gotta get power turned on to the property. Here is your storage tank. Not sure what that is. Probably about a 2,500 gallon tank here. Come here. It is on a concrete pad. It's been here for quite a while, and everything is currently being vacated off the property. So all this stuff, it's disappearing now. Now we'll take a little walk over to the bonus steel shed and probably fast forward this part. So this steel shed, the current owner was planning on building a home on the property, and like I said, we don't have keys yet, so I haven't seen inside yet. But I believe he probably set this up as a little bit of an apartment while he was moving along with his project. We're just going to take a quick peek around here so we can see maybe where the fence line is on this 11 acres. There's the back side, and then let's see. So it is definitely going to be through that canyon. It's on we can see a canyon here, and the fence line goes beyond this ridge over to this ridge over here. And from my understanding, that spring we're going to find along that channel. So we will attempt to find that. All right, so here's just another view of the front piece of the property. Fence line goes right up to the road there. And here we're just turning around. Here's the pump house and the pad location up here. The nice thing about this community is there really just haven't been many trading of these parcels up here. So this is kind of a unique listing to go online. They just don't get traded very often. So we're going to take another look at this pad up here and maybe take some measurements, and then we'll start to head up the hill. All right. So I did just measure that pad. I walked it. It was about, say about 60 feet deep. and almost 80 feet across. If we're looking, just kind of calculating a rectangle. So I'm gonna try to find a game trail here. And it looks like we've got some tracks of some kind. And just make our way up. Yeah, so right now we're just kind of cruising the east side of the property along the fence line. I have great cell signal here, really all around the property. But now that I'm seeing some game trails, I'll set up some game cameras to see what kind of activity we're getting. All right, well, I still have some distance to go, but got a pretty good view of the valley below here on South Fork. But we'll keep on going up here. All right, well, we finally made it to the top here. Here's the view from the top. I do think 3/4 of the way up down here where I last took a shot of the valley floor. That was probably the better view. I believe this is probably where the boundary is, and I believe up there beyond the fence here is, I think it's a cattle ranch, and they've got a lot of land up there. So this is what we're looking at up here at the very tippy top. And we can see the creek is over here. Now we've got another dramatic view here. We're probably about 2,500 feet off the sea level here. Air quality is at least twice as good up here than compared with the valley floor. I know we all worry about that here in the Central Valley. And I'm standing probably in the middle of the 11 acres now. So to the west, on the left side of the view that we have in front of us, I could probably move another acre in that direction. All right, just getting down to the bottom of the 11 acres. We saw most of it except for maybe that west side over there. And you can definitely hear the sound of the South Fork River from here. You've got ravens and vultures flying around in this canyon. Really a spectacular view. But anyway, for updated pricing, more pictures, hit the description below. My phone number is always down there as well in case you want to come up here, take a look at it. And yeah, if you want to see maybe more of this type of content, hit the subscribe link. And maybe if you are potentially selling a piece of property down the road and you and I could potentially work together, definitely give me a call. Anyway, thanks for stopping in. We'll check you on the next property. We'll see you.